Tick tock, tick tock. The end is near, but we cannot have the end of the power hour without a visit from one of the two human beings that are the most responsible for the last 6 years of this bullshit. Welcome into the Power Hour. I'm Steve, along with the urban sensation C Red, the Hall of Famer, as it will. The real deal Rion Skills joins us tonight, of course, because our guest is, of course, one half of the morning after. He is the Renaissance man of wrestling, as I have been calling him the last couple of days. If you've seen social media, Max Holiday wears many hats. Action hero, politician, stand-up comic, intergalactic bounty hunter. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man. How many and we're gonna get into all the shit tonight, including the blue tights, blue pants max, all the greatest hits, the era of privileged catfish. So many great stories. That's why we wanted you one more time, and we really appreciate you being here. Ladies and gentlemen, the bearded bruiser, the one, the only Max Holiday. Hello, Max.
Hello, Steve. Hello, C Red. Rian, Power Hour. Thank you for having me on right here at the end. Um, I'm honored, as I always am when I'm here, because you all are just too kind, too
Oh,
kind.
that's very nice. We're going to take it right back to the days before the power hour when the world of the morning after was a fantastic journey on a Sunday, late morning, early afternoon, depending on your time zone. Um, I have said it many times that, the power hour is largely based on and inspired by what you guys did because basically we do not maybe to the degree you guys would talk about wrestling shows you were at. We just talk about wrestling in general. And lately, now that I've been doing things and Red's been doing things, it happens about shows. But and that was what I my favorite part because it gave us enough where we got to see behind the curtain just a little bit. And you guys provided some valuable insight in just how fucked up wrestling really is. So, again, thank you for being an inspiration and, handling the Eric Bischoff affair that saw the end of the LRP, which the last show is December 16th, and we are calling that the shoot show. And I have got 12 years of repressed hatred and anger that I
Oh
am
boy.
going to unpack in a 2 hour time frame. So watch out. It's coming. And I give no fucks and have no regrets. But speaking of
It'll go three
LRP,
hours.
yeah, we might have to go an extra hour. The LRP, let's go right back to that moment because I love everything about it because up until about 3 months ago, I was still paying $5.99 a month
Oh,
to who I don't know, but someone was getting my money. And you look at your phone, you get that app, and you realize I have been paying this for like 7 years.
mm.
It's embarrassing, but I supported the morning after for almost a half a decade and they made us buy the shit to watch the interview.
So what I'm hearing is I have a check coming.
I think that that's absolutely right. I don't think you'll ever find him because the last time we may have had a chance encounter, he was masked. But that's just a rumor. We'll shoot about that. That'll be on the 16th.
I've heard a lot of rumors about him being phantomly around.
You know, it was a great time. We had some great shows. There were some great things that at least we perceived it as great things that were happening. Eric Bischoff came in and he was going to be part of creative. So we had a guy that, all of us, were marks for to a certain extent because, he was, one of the people that gave us, Monday Night Raw versus Nitro. That was for me a very pivotal period of wrestling enjoyment. And now here he is, this guy, this controversial guy, is going to be part of Crash Tested Wrestling on the outside, as it was described. But as time went by, we found out not so much. What did you guys deal with when you had the morning after during that situation where Eric Bischoff uh, came on your show and was there, and you guys were all there in a studio doing your thing?
It's funny. I love listening to everyone's stories about LRP and dealing with him because this was not my experience with the whole situation at all. And I'm pretty sure Rian can attest to it because I never really had a negative experience with him, short of one instance where I had to really press for money, but I I never had a bad experience, is what I'm getting down to. Now, I did I
Wait, what are we talking about, Jeff?
we're
Are
we're,
we
we're
talking
talking
about the Eric Bischoff stuff, or are we talking about LRP in general?
I'm talking about Eric Bischoff and the LRP
Okay,
podcast part of it in general. I had
okay, just checking.
my biggest hiccup with it was the pay wasn't quite what I asked for. It was off, but it isn't what it is because we were getting paid to do it, so we didn't care. Um, but with the Bischoff situation, that was hey, we're bringing him in, and we're gonna have you guys sit down with him and talk to him. Okay, I mean,
I mean,
let's see it
cool.
happen. Cool. Um, if I'm not mistaken, the night that whole weekend wasn't there like an awards show or something as well?
Yeah.
Friday night we had the award show. That was we're my biggest memory of that was the inebriation of Maximali. That was a
Oh
very
yeah,
that was a very fun time for me. And I was hosting the award ceremony with
yep,
Jamie, who was our ring announcer at the time. So, getting to host an award show, I did not realize that that moment in time they were setting me up to host a game show later on down the road, as stated by my contract written in crayon. But
right.
that's neither here nor there. So the award show was Friday night. Then Saturday was, I believe it was Destiny 3 was the big Eric Bischoff show, if memory serves. And Sunday was going to be the morning after with Eric Bischoff because he was there for the whole weekend.
Yep, yep. So the uh, award show, if I remember correctly, was held up because I was running late, which was interesting because that was the first award being given out. The show went fine. And then the podcast, I was nervous about. I don't know about Rion, but I have never once seen the playback of it. So I don't know how it went. My experience of it went fine. Um, it was like any other podcast, but the morning after had always been a conversation between two friends talking about their experience in wrestling. And this was us going in a whole nother direction, literally interviewing someone. Because even when we had people in, we didn't interview you guys. We had a conversation about what we did, what you did in wrestling. This was an interview. This was our, in my opinion, this was our first official and last interview.
What
Yeah,
a way to go
I'll
out,
speak up
right? What
on
a way
that.
to go out. Um, was
Rian,
Okay, all right. No, no,
Go,
no, no. Let Steve do his thing. Let Steve do his thing. I
no, I,
was
I didn't
just
mean
going to
to. I didn't
chime
know.
in, but
You're
no,
usually
you're fine.
muted. You're usually muted, so I don't know when you kind of come and go kind of randomly. Do you have
And
something to
I
add to
can
that? Because
very
my,
much,
my my question can wait.
I very much can go back to being silent. I just know that if you're going the morning after route where I'm able to speak, I'm just going to
Please speak,
speak.
please.
No, okay, all right. As far as that whole thing, when it came to the award show and trying to get the show in order, like as far as the LRP scenario is concerned, like I agree with Max. Like that was our first like interview because they told us like what not to say, what keywords we weren't supposed to do, and we
yep.
were just like get the fuck out of here. Like we can talk to a dude. Like it's not because like it's still. And I get the scenario because they're trying to make sure we got all this other stuff that's happening. They're looking at other sponsors and they're thinking about Canada stuff. And they're doing all this stuff. Like, okay, that's fine. But the only way that it worked, as far as the rules that we set for ourselves, was to first and foremost let us be ourselves. Because you can just get two people to just do a thing. Like that's not what you got us for. Just
Mhm.
let us do the thing. So then when they said, okay, we got all these questions, we got it. Okay, that's fine. Do that shit out the window. Just straight up ask them, like, why are you? I'll never forget that. Why are you here, Eric Bischoff? That was one of the questions I asked. He kind of looked at me. I was like, you have Like it wasn't like me being funny. It was like you got PWG, you got this upstart potentially with AEW or All In or whatever it's coming. Like you have Ring of Honor at the time. You have a bunch of these upstarts coming in, and you have other places you can just make money. Like you also don't have a scenario where you have to depend on TBS. You can just go and make a company. Why here? Why come here to this place? Why here? And he gave an honest answer. At least as honest he can give us. Like, I'm not here for the wrestling aspect. I'm here for the entertainment aspect of it. Respect that. Thank you for answering.
Motherfucker was there for the money.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's where we're just kind of like, okay, I get it. I get it. But as far as everything else, like we played the game. That's what it boils down to. But the thing is, we shouldn't have had to play it in the first place because of the way that we handle stuff. Because we just happen to have a conversation. You just happen to be listening to it. You happen to be eavesdropping on it. That's a different thing entirely as opposed to having someone interview someone. But yeah, I'll go back to being muted for a little bit. I just wanted to get that part out the way because I know Max was saying the same. My bad.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
go back
no.
to
I mean, me and Rion would always have a conversation, and about halfway through it, I'd be like, why don't we just put this out in like a podcast? If anything, we've entertained ourselves. We're laughing. That's how it started, and that's how it went up until that point.
When we started this, it started with the LRP, which is I think that's my common denominator to a certain extent. Uh, and this is I'm going to reveal this now for the first time ever. Just so you know. So this is something that I have been keeping close to the vest, and because we're winding down, there's no reason to keep it a secret anymore.
I
Uh,
know.
when the LRP approached for Last Man Talking, which is what this was before it became the
Hmm.
Power Hour, we were well, when they reached out for me to take promo shots and all that stuff, we want you to interview people, but we want you to make it feel like that morning after show with Max and Rion. So I was part of my instruction was to emulate you. So I'm like, well, I was going to do that anyway, sort of, kind of, because I had been on the morning after a couple of times. But we're going to, obviously we're going to be interviewing people and doing little bits and things. So it would be different that way. But that was the LRP's vision, is they wanted me to kind of be a regurgitated you, which I thought was very interesting. And as years have gone by and I've heard more and more stories, I feel like it was they don't want to pay you, so we want generic cornflakes. We don't want fucking Kellogg's. So I think that's kind of how it went, and because they wanted the cheap, C Red and I get to be close, and we get 6 years of 300 plus podcasts. So it was the budgetary constraints of the LRP network that landed us to this magic moment, and
But
we were supposed to be kind of like
a
a dollar
knockoff.
stop version of the morning
We
after.
were a knockoff. Call it for what it
Yeah,
is.
that's exactly what
That
it was.
once shit went left, and I don't know the details, don't give a damn about the details. I
The
believe
devil's in the details.
Max
Hmm.
and Rion stood on their principles, honestly, whatever those principles are, and they
fucking
realized
pay us. Fucking pay us and we wouldn't have an issue. Just do the thing.
and so if that was the issue, but for us, so they figured they couldn't or didn't want to pay you, so they figured, oh, okay, now here's my take. Once Steve started Last Man Talking and his co-host left because of his principles, all of a sudden my name comes around. And
They want
now,
that Ebony and Ivory dynamic
right,
all day.
right. Let call it for what it is. Okay, we can't get Max and Rion because we're not gonna pay them. So there's another bald guy and he's black. Yeah, get C-Red and put them together
God damn it! I should have started wearing a fuzzy boot.
and see what
Missed
happens.
opportunities.
Six
And
years, 6 years in, and you grow the beard.
I'm
right,
completing
you wait.
I'm completing the trilogy. This is
You know,
Endgame, and I'm Thanos snapping the shit out of it.
so in a way, it was a slap in the face to all of us.
Mhm.
Because we're not you guys.
And I never would have known this if Frank Kirk was the most honest man in the world, and just he just one day said, "So you're the new Max and Rihanna." I was like, "What? What? I'm
And
not a wrestler at all. What are you talking about?"
and
I
again,
miss Frank. I miss Frank. I really do.
Frank, I would never have known. I just thought, hey, they want me to do this, and then Frank's like, the new morning after. I'm like, what? And that was the
I
last I heard.
fucking miss
But
Frank.
you knew at that point what was happening.
we exactly knew. And the fucked up part is the same way they didn't want to pay you guys. They wrote out bullshit contracts for us.
In crayon.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was excited. I was like, okay, you're gonna fucking pay us? Because I had never talked to either one of you about
I
what had
remember
happened.
when Red said, "Hey, did you sign the contract?" I'm like, "No, did you?" And he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Did you read the fucking thing?"
I'm
And
faxing it back right now.
no, you're laughing, Max. But I literally was getting ready to take it to the school office and have it faxed over. But I had like I'm looking at it and I'm like, this shit is too thick
I
for
want to
me.
know who the fuck really
And
wants
I'm
to buy my likeness rights. Because
and
if you're trying to buy my likeness rights, brother, you are in for a marketing fiasco.
dude, so the
I
part
love
that
it.
got me, Steve, I text Steve and Steve was like, fuck no, I didn't sign that shit. He was like, and I was like, okay, why? He was like, bro, just read it. And I believe he like said, go to a certain page.
Mhm.
And so I go to that page. And of course, it's after the money page, right? What we're supposed to get. And if you looked at the fucking money, when I go to the other page, you take my name. Like, do you fucking know how long I've worked to build my fucking name? First of all, I have it copywritten, so there'll never be another secret.
Right.
But I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. Now, the crazy part that Steve didn't know at the time that I then get a call to come to the office. So I go to the office and I'm given all of this grandeur of how, like, look out the window. You see this
Yeah.
space that is where we're going to be doing all of our spring and summer
And your
shows.
fucking elevator doesn't work. There ain't no fucking grandeur.
Then to take me downstairs.
You had to walk downstairs because the fucking elevator didn't work. The fucking elevator was broken for 4 years.
Hey,
It goes up and goes down. It's a fairly basic function.
did you
That
not watch
tells
Big
you all
Bang
you need
Theory?
to know about that shit, Joe.
I'm just saying, Big Bang Theory, the elevator didn't work to the last episode.
It said it. If the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy. We should have gone crazy.
It's funny you say that because I think the last day I was there to pick up a check, the elevator was actually working.
I don't believe it. I believe, and now
I
it's the tenement is what it is, but that's okay.
I could be wrong, and it could be, just believing what I want to remember, remembering what I want to, but I swear the elevator was working the
I
very
hate
last
those
time I went
fucking
there.
stairs with a
I
pack.
don't. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember, but I remember him then taking me into that room that was off to the. If you come in the building, it was to the left. If you came off the elevators or the stairs, it was to the right. And he shows me, oh, this is the new studio. This is the brand new, and you guys are gonna be there's the window, and people stop by and find out what's. And I'm like, okay.
They were trying to make it ESPN. Who's walking those streets? Who's walking by and saying, look, it's a talk show? It's
No
a
one is.
militarized zone.
No one is.
And the fucked up part, you fast forward to a month ago, and me and my wife were driving down the street. We were ready to go home, and to officially see that the whole building is boarded the fuck up. Like, even the windows are now covered, and it's like I drove past and I just started dying laughing.
They're coming back.
And she's
Back
looking
bigger
at
and better
me,
than ever.
and she's looking at me. She's like, "What is so damn funny?" And I was like, "The building, dear. If you realize how much fucking chaos that building caused, like all the lies and all the deceit that came out of one fucking building, I'm like, I pray to God that if Hammond does anything, they would tear the fuck out of that building down."
It was that was Northwest Indiana's super fed moment.
The LRP towers, as they called it, not so
There
tall.
was one. There was just one.
In their mind, there were many. And you know what? Here's the thing. There's so much weirdness and so much chaos that happened in those days, and so much disappointment. But there were some good things that came out of it. The Power Hour, came out of it. I got some really interesting experience, and while we were doing it, see, the LRP network had many shows. We were one of like 7 shows on the network, and there was a sports show, and there was a beauty show, and there was this, that, and the other thing.
Mm.
We were 1 hour on a Wednesday night. Some of these other shows did it daily. They had daily episodes. It was episodic television.
That's insane.
And my favorite part is when they had a search. I don't know if they had how they did got their numbers and how they charted their views. But we, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I think we had ratings higher than all the other shows combined. Which, if you have 25 people watching the entire network and 17 of them like your show, I mean, that's pretty fucking good. So, to those 17 people, you know who you are. Thanks.
Thank you for watching my show.
Yes, thank you for watching our show. Wow, he went full on Andrew Gold.
I could do
Well,
it.
And you did it with a nice little bit of harmony there too. Obviously, that the morning after, I loved the fact that it's what you said. It was just conversations, and I remember being, fortunate enough to be a guest a couple of times. I was with Molly, Moxie Molly, and Nick for one show. The LRP network came around for another show, and that's the show that I got into trouble because I started ripping on the guy that was there, who was like one of the executives, which ends up being hilarious to me. But I always felt really comfortable being on there. And I just love the way it was run and set up. And you guys always did fun stuff. And, you know, do you miss it at all? I mean, I know we've talked, periodically over the last year or so, like maybe it would come back in some form. Do you guys miss the morning after doing it on a Sunday afternoon, wherever you are?
Yeah, I mean, I do. I mean, at the time when we stopped doing it, there was a lot going on. I was completely burnt out from all of it. So, but to sit back now, but again, everyone and their mother has a podcast now, and to know you could sit back and watch the Timu version of the morning after, I was perfectly fine with. So,
That's us. By the way, if you're wondering, that's us.
but I mean, yeah, no, miss it, sure, yeah, I miss sitting down and chatting with Rian for an hour or so and just bullshitting about what we did the night before, who wrestled who, who's mad at who, who's banging who. The whole deal. It was just good to sit down and talk. Um, and in some way, it was almost therapeutic. So yeah, kind of miss it. I'm sure Rion misses it. I hope Rion misses it. Maybe he doesn't miss it because he still does it.
I do you want an honest answer with that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. 'Cause yeah, I do miss doing the morning after stuff, but I also know, and this is just being real. Like the way that it worked, as far as us going back and forth, is that we would always talk about stuff that was happening the night before, or just stuff that we would have to go back and talk about that we did within the wrestling community. I kind of just stopped in. So what can I contribute to? The problem that like there are so many people that try to get me to just do stuff. It's like, no, we don't have to do that. If like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I mean, I can still tell stories, yes, but like you still work, right? Like you're still out there in the world winning championships and being great, correct?
Who are you talking to?
Max,
C-Red? He's a Hall of Famer.
oh, yeah, that's right. He's the one that was on sabbatical and then went on and became a something. Yeah, that's right. I like he went on sabbatical and then became a Hall of Famer, and like
Yep.
that's a huge turnaround. That's a
Yep.
huge
Yep.
turnaround.
I
Wouldn't
just
take that fucking M80 though. Wouldn't take the fucking M80. Oh, am I
Yeah,
gonna on that shit on the 16th?
I you see that, and this is the thing is that while and Max, this is me talking to you directly. See, the problem is that all you guys are being great. Like C Red out here being the Hall of Famer. Steve was out here working with the knockouts with lumberjack matches and working main events at Rocket Pro. You were out here winning championships, and I'm just kind of out here,
You're an
being.
RPW Avenger, for Christ's sake.
Am I
that's
though?
Yes.
oh
At
god.
that magic moment when we had
Uh
our end game moment and
huh.
Doctor Strange opened the portals
Uh
and you
huh.
knew what happened and you came out with a what?
Mm-hmm. And see, that's the thing. I came in, punched the person, and left. Right.
It's true, you
That's
did.
not. Yeah, that's not main eventing shows. That's not winning championships. That's not being in the Hall of Fame. That's coming and punching a dude. I can't live up to that.
It was
Like
still
I
a
have to
magic
look.
moment, though.
No, and I get that, but you guys provide more. I mean, just on the Power Hour alone, you guys provide magic moments every week. I provided one with the last couple of months. I have to look at it for what it is. You can't have a weekly show where
What
you
was
only
that? What
present
was
a
that one
thing.
magic? What was that one magic moment, Rion?
Oh, let Steve tell it.
Magic
Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead
moments.
and tell him. Let him talk about it, Steve, because I could tell you everything else that happens between the. Wait, hold on. Before we do anything else, hi, Rachel. Hey, girl. Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
Hey,
girl.
girl, hey.
Hey.
Hey,
Hello.
girl,
Hello.
hey.
Hello. Sorry, I'm late.
The far you had the audacity to try to sneak in and put me on the stop, like that is wild.
That's fucking
Just
knockout shit right there, boy. That's
and see,
like
that's
that's
the
like
other thing. At the knockouts, I get beat up. So it's like, what do I contribute when it comes to talking about? Oh, remember that thing? Cat
I
just beat me up.
strongly recall you stripping at the last bout,
Oh yeah, and that's not on the internet. But this is a thing.
but
All
it
of that
could
stuff
be.
is. But is it really me bringing content as far as the wrestling aspect or presenting things a certain way? Like it's all like the other thing that people kind of forget about is that the reason why that happened, someone broke their leg. So it's a catch-22 when it comes to stuff like that. Like I could talk about stuff like that, but it's all happenstance for me. I happen to be in these scenarios. Whereas everyone else here on the panel, yourself included, Cactus, is able to continuously put yourself in a position to create. I don't. I just happen to be around. Yeah. Continue on. I figure Steve has another question or somebody has a question. Ask Max. Max is the one that's supposed to be talking right now. Ask him some stuff.
I don't know. From what you just said, I heard several, at least a good 30 minutes of content. You showed up somewhere, you punched someone in the face, you did the roller derby thing. There was a broken leg in there somewhere. I don't know. Happenstance, just so happened to be there. Whatever.
Then
You know how it
then
goes.
I'll
It's
put it
all
this way. I'll put it this way.
It
If
sounds like the
whenever you feel
universe
an
has
itch,
It sounds like the universe has chosen you, Rion.
Kind
But
of like
here's
the
the thing. It doesn't matter if it's chosen me because it's always been one rule and one rule only. It lives through Max, it dies through Max. We've already said that on here several times. Like that's
oh
just the
yeah.
rule. When he feels like it, he can find me, he can contact me, I'm all on board. But until that happens, I'm just around, roaming the earth.
Okay.
And
On your
that
side
right
quest.
there is a teaser.
Did you see that little dance we just did?
It was beautiful. It was manipulation in its softest but subtlest form. I love it. I love it. That's the kind of shit you live for. And don't
Yeah.
forget that Rion did the greatest worm since Scotty Tuati. But that's happenstance.
No, it's not happenstance. That is Steve being a dick. You want to talk about that real quick? Because we can.
You were making requests. Who wants to see what? And I said I want to see the worm. And you did it.
Okay,
Amazing.
counterpoint before you say anything else. The original request is that you wanted me to give E a lap dance.
I did want
Let's
to
get that shit
see that
out the
too, but I
way.
settled for the worm.
No, no, and keep in mind the show was Cartoon Network versus Nickelodeon. It was cartoons fighting each other, and this motherfucker said, "Let's do a lap dance real quick." What are we doing?
Hey,
So
anime has many different forms.
you're right. Anime, not animation. That's why they're separate. That's why they're two different genres. You can't That's the literal reason why it's called anime as opposed to just straight up animation. Are you fucking kidding me? I get it, but look at it for what it is. Like you're not finna no, you were being a dick. You called me in the moment and was like, always a catch, Rihanna. I'm like, always. We'll see what happens. So then he was like, this lap dance didn't work. Let's do the worm instead. Hey everybody, you guys want to see the new do Rihanna do the worm? Yeah, do the worm, Rihanna. I guess I gotta do it now because that's how it works.
It's
And I gave them the worst worm that could possibly happen. It was like Tina twerking out there. It was bad. For those of you who don't know who Tina is, it's Tina Belcher from Bob's Belcher. It was almost as if she was thrashing on her bed. It was that bad. And they still cheated.
there was you did break dancing, you did the worm. It was a one-man variety show. It was like a burlesque show. It was fantastic. And it was necessary because you were distracting the audience from a serious injury. So you're helping knockouts when they need it the most, and you're delighting
Mhm.
fans. So that if that's happenstance, I think that's God's work.
You know what else has got to work?
Oh
Max
no.
Holiday with his luscious hair. You go on ahead and get him back to talking. That's what you do. Get Max Holiday would be great. I get it, but you should get Max Holiday back in so he can be great on there. Because I got a bunch of photos that he sent me, like
Oh
by request, that I would like to at least put out to the world. Please continue.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, they were requested. I wasn't like show these motherfucker. I like these photos of me. These are the good ones.
all right, so let's since we're talking about stories in the morning after, I always go back and it's beautiful that it gets shared every year. Um, when I tell stories about wrestling, I always whenever I talk about crash tested wrestling, I always talk about the privileged catfish. Now, for what it was just a thing, but it's taken on this magic legend. And when I mention it, I'm like, it's just privileged catfish. And every time you say it, people are intrigued.
Mhm.
Let's revisit the magic moment where privileged catfish became an annual thing, like Yom Kippur, Arbor Day, privileged catfish day.
So this actually ties into crash tested wrestling as well. Um, this after the I don't remember what show it was after. Was this after the Storm show?
It was after the show that I forget his name right now, but he was a ring announcer and a wrestler,
Johnny
and
Black.
Johnny Black got up and cut one of the most intense promos in front of everybody that nobody was expecting in the world, and we all just sat there and were like, "Oh my!"
That was the night that
The
it was
trust pro,
announced
the
that
trust
Bischoff
pro.
The trust broke. That was the night that it was announced Bischoff was going to be coming on board, which is what prompted the epic Johnny Black "I've been to the mountaintop and back"
God damn it,
promo.
man. That was a majestic moment. And it caught me, it tickled my funny bone while it was happening. And I'm listening to it now. At that point, I had only been in the wrestling business about 2.5 years. So to me, I'm nobody. I don't know anything yet. Uh, all I know is this is like, what is happening right now? And I turned to look at Max, and Max is his eyes are big, and then it's like his eyes change and they go from big to kind of squinted, and then he kind of gets the puff in the cheeks where he's like kind of laughing under his breath. It was I knew at that moment that this was real but surreal as well.
There was also a moment during that promo that Rihanna and myself were holding hands because we felt it was appropriate. But after that night, I mean, after any show, I'm after the show, I'm starving because typically during the day I'm not eating. I'll eat maybe breakfast if I'm lucky, but I typically don't eat show day till afterwards. So by the time I'm done wrestling, I'm starving. This particular show had a food truck outside for people to purchase food at. Catfish was on the menu. I don't know how it happened, but Machine and myself went out to get some food, and I just so happened to walk away with 2 free plates of catfish.
And not little plates. They were big styrofoam containers of giant pieces of catfish.
To which Machine and myself sat down and enjoyed our privileged catfish because it was a privilege that it was free for us to enjoy.
And the video is just
Yeah.
captures I think why I love it so much is it for me it captures that period of time at Crash Tested. It captured that night where we had people having a ladder balancing on the ring apron and then two people standing on their Jared Priest standing on his toes trying to get the trussing to work. And all the shenanigans that were happening at Crash Tested at the time, I think everything has manifested itself into the privileged catfish, and it's just the way you say it. It's just, oh, good. That video, whenever it comes out, it's like Christmas morning for me because it causes me to pause and remember all the shit that was happening at that time. So maybe Privileged Catfish is more a holiday exclusively for me because a moment in time that just takes me from the present to that moment where I was in the crowd watching Johnny Black lose his shit, going back and say, "What are you guys doing over here?" And you're eating catfish. So that to me, maybe it's just it's a paradox in the universe.
Sure, it's a flashpoint that unlocks some core memories for you.
And it was amazing. To you, it was another Saturday night having a snack after a show. So it's all about perception and perspective, I guess.
Whatever works. I enjoy it. It was privileged
Would you
catfish.
like to hear? Would you like to hear my perception of that, Steve?
Here we go.
Yes. Yes.
Everything I just said is going to be proven to be wrong somehow.
As long as you don't hit me with just the opposite of everything Steve said, yes, I want to hear it.
Well, that would be fucked up now, wouldn't it?
He's gunning. Rion's running and gunning.
Oh shit, that's funny.
So here's the thing, because the part that people forget about was that video was meant for me. Because that's the part that people, because everyone's like, oh, Bruce Capper, because the video was meant for me to see, because they saw that I was doing all the work in the back, because I was the one that was dealing with the ring crew. And I
True.
said, prior to that, like, Max got his own table because he was not an idiot. He just went and grabbed the table, and everyone was like, oh, we can do this. So they just kind of moved over to that area. And I kind of kept looking at him like, this is what superstars do? He's like, apparently. I was like, so you admit it. He was like, well, maybe on this day. Don't you got some work to do? I said, oh, motherfucker, whatever. So then I
Uh,
didn't see him for the rest of the day. So we were talking to each other via text and video. So then when I hear that he's sending me this stuff, I'm like, who the fuck is this? What? How did you get fished? He's
Privilege.
like, what do you mean? How did I get? I paid for it. It's like, no. You have two things. Where are you? He's like, oh, I'm here with Machine. I say, if Machine eats my shit, I'm gonna be really pissed. And this dude, without flinching, like, oh, I'll get you another one because I'm privileged like that. Work. I said, okay. Until this day, I have not gotten catfish. It went to Machine, and I still had to work. That's what happened.
I may have forgotten that actual part of the story for sure.
That's why I was like, everybody is like, oh, this was so cool. I'm like, no, it
But
wasn't. I was supposed
but
to eat
no,
it. I was starving. I
now
didn't get any food.
it
Like,
was
sorry, that's what happened.
it was offered to buy you some because I didn't buy those containers of
No, you
fish.
didn't. You didn't buy any. You didn't buy
Yeah,
any. So you already came up, and I
yeah,
and I wasn't even mad at that point. I was just like, well, it is free.
right. So yeah,
Like I couldn't even get back. Oh, you're right. Because that was the part I was like, they gave you two of them.
I mean, if you want, I'll take you to Lawrence's.
It's been almost 10 years. Actually, it's been more than 10 years. I'm not doing that. I
Oh,
Shit.
think about
Oh,
it. That's a ten
oh,
year deal.
Hey, I'll take the fish then, Max. Come on. Just
uh,
saying.
I think we've talked about the privileged catfish every time we've had Max on, and it just gets funnier every time for me. Maybe not for Rian. I did not realize that Rian got stiffed on fish that day, which just makes the story more incredible.
I totally forgot
Max
about that part.
Max knew.
Yeah.
He kind of
Now,
blocked it out. He's just like, it's fine. So it works out for
It's
everybody
resting
involved.
at the bottom of a lake with Eric Bischoff and the money you're owed.
it happens.
It does. All right, let's move on through the many faces of Max Holiday. Another thing that comes up on social media annually when it is that time is Blue Pants Holiday. Uh, I don't think everybody knows about Blue Pants, but I
Hold
think
on,
everybody
hold
should.
on, hold, hold the fuck up. Hey Max, I just want you to know everything this man has been bringing up. I got no pictures for.
I
All
know.
this, everything that this man has brought up. We thinking about the here and now, and he's like, no, we want the hits. We want 10,
That's
15
the
years.
fucking end of this goddamn show. I
It's
don't
like
give a rat's ass about what's
he
relevant.
don't give he don't give a shit about
I
nothing.
don't
So I
give
guess
a
I'll go do
shit.
some more
We
work.
might talk about some shit that's relevant, but maybe not. I mean, he's a fucking intergalactic bounty hunter. I've got bounty hunter shit to talk about, but I'd rather talk about Blue Pants right now.
He's got pictures for that.
Guess I'll go look for that shit. Oh wait, I have that. Let me go look for his blue pants real quick. Fucking decade ago. I'll be back.
The reason why I like Blue Pants and I like to bring it up is of all the characters you have ever done, that is the most ridiculous, and I just want to know how it happened and why.
So that was on a BCW Summer Sizzler tour. And the night before, that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was actually 4th of July. Or
And it's
July
hot.
3rd. July 3rd, somewhere, one of those 2 days. And yes, it's fucking hot. So the night before, we were all at Applebee's, enjoying the late night half price appetizers.
Was it
So,
catfish?
Hey, Max, I'm apologizing now. You're gonna have to deal with this photo and explain that one until I find a blue pants. I'm just letting you know. You have to. I'm apologizing now. You have to deal with it. They can talk about it, but continue on. I'm just putting it out there as a disclaimer.
okay.
Okay.
So we were at Applebee's, and I just so have I don't know why I had the tights with me. They were just in my bag for whatever reason. And we were sitting there and Madonna's Holiday came on. And so Matt Winchester, the Beer City Bruiser, uh, said, you should come out to this. I said, well, don't tempt me with a good time. So the next day, we set up that I was going to come out with that. I was actually going to team up with Dan Perch, who was doing his Cougar Hunter gimmick, La Puma, the Cougar Hunter, or something weird like that. So I threw on the blue pants, threw on the sparkle face paint, and went to town and came out to Madonna's Holiday, dancing and shaking my ass.
Now that's a nice picture. That's more of a Hollywood icons era, right?
No, that would be Mr. Marquis, Max Holiday.
AKA
Ballers Inc.
Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum. That'd be in the Ballers Inc. era. That'd be
Oh,
a long time ago.
Oh, I
hey,
remember.
just so you know, I just got a photo sent from the ether just randomly to me. So just know I didn't find this. This was sent to me. I just want to
That
make sure you know this, Max. This
yeah,
was sent
yeah.
to me from the ether. Okay.
It's the internet. We can find anything.
Yeah,
All
that's
of your sins are on the internet, Max. We will find them.
no, not all of them, trust me. Uh,
Yeah, that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. That is guaranteed.
yeah, that's Ballers Inc. That's early 2000s. That was around when Chris Jericho came out on Raw doing the whole Millennium gimmick, the countdown Y2J thing.
Oh, that
So
was that was a good time. I really enjoyed
yeah,
that. I think that's my favorite Chris Jericho period.
for sure. For sure. If I'm not mistaken, those pants were from Gadzooks. Blue pants. There he is.
There he is, right there. It's Blue Pants Holiday.
So unlike when we were talking to Billy Whack and we established that when out, like, he was like, oh, you were like, what, 13? And we were like, no, I was like 25. I was like 12 or 13 in this period that you're talking about. But I sure did love me some Gadzooks. Every time Lita wore a pair of pants, I went to Gadzooks and I bought them.
And Rion has left the chat.
After that, I should leave the chat. That.
Anyway, Blue Pants was a product of too many
You know,
advertisers. There's too
hold
much
on, hold on. The first time that I met Siphon, not Siphon, what's the fuck's his name?
Siphon. Wow.
Not Siphon,
I think Siphon
CSW.
was an amoeba at the time.
No, the fuck is the big dude with the
Cypher.
mask?
Cypher.
Cypher. Cypher. First time I met Cypher, he was up at Bruce City. And this motherfucker walked up to me and told me that the first time he saw me wrestle, he was 12 years old and it was at the Hammond Civic Center. I damn near beat his ass right there for that.
Oh, that's so good.
Well, don't feel bad. The Coyotes, two of those damn Coyotes, when they were working at Rocket Pro, they come up to me and they were like, "Yeah, Red, we've been watching you since we were kids," and I'm like, "What? Yeah, we were like 11 and 10, and we were watching you guys. What the fuck? Like, okay, I'm just gonna take my Geritol and go sit in the back and, just shut the fuck up for the rest of the night. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. It's not cool. Whoever thinks it is, it's not cool to approach with that conversation.
I remember you when I was in fifth grade. It was so great.
Oh, Cactus. I was like 12 and 13 in that
Yep,
time
it
period.
sure was. I don't get to pull that card very often, let me tell you. Usually someone is like talking about how they just got married and shit. Then they tell me they were born in 2003 and I have to like quickly exit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of all the things you've done, of all the characters you've made, Max, do you have one that you have loved the most, or are they like all your children and you love them equally?
They're all just a different part of me. So somewhere deep inside, there's a destruct. I mean, even with like Destructo and Sinister, those aren't my characters. They're just characters I was given, and I've made them mine. So yeah, I would say each and every one of them, no matter what version you're looking at a version of me in some way.
And you have been entertaining us for a great many years, and it's been consistently good all through the years. You are very much known for a boot named Sue. How did you come up with?
Fuck soup.
Yes.
She don't like you either.
Tell that
Did
bitch
I
I
cut you
said
off?
fuck up. Fuck
Yeah.
soup.
Oh, that was red. I thought it was cactus for a minute there. Um, how did you?
Easy.
Your octave changed because you got kicked in the face, but that's
Yeah.
again, that's a story we'll
That
talk
wasn't
about
kicked in the
later.
face, goddammit. That was punted. That was punted out the fucking door.
And you went the fucking dog.
How did you come up with a boot named Sue?
The name?
Just the entire thing.
So one of my big things when it came to establishing some type of finishing maneuver or signature maneuver was I wanted to do something that I could do to everyone because I never viewed myself as the big man. So in my head, I'm like, I have to do this to people that are bigger than me. So I was like, oh, a big boot. I like to keep it simple. And it was originally just a big running boot. Um, when it came to naming it, though, that was a collective at an anarchy show. Um, myself, Johnny Draven, Paulie, Big Paulie, Bonafito, Jake, and Rian, if I'm not mistaken, were all at the table, and we were just spitballing. And I want to say, Draven, I said something along the lines, we should do something along the lines of a boy named Sue. Draven said a boot named Sue, and it was off to the races from there. I wanted something that was not, I don't know, not normal. I guess, sure, let's go with that.
And it became such a big thing that you've become known for. Um, are there certain instances where you use it? Are there certain instances where you won't use it?
Yeah, it depends really. So at Anarchy, for whatever reason, Starks wanted me to do it as a claymore. That was a learning experience because I don't fly. So I have viewed it, if you will, if from a running boot to a Super Saiyan would be the Claymore. So there's levels to it, like what power level? You know what I'm saying? Running boot, there's a regular boot, whereas a Claymore would be something a little bit more impactful.
Bullshit.
Yeah, Red really enjoys it. Red would like another
Which
one.
which is funny because if you were to look at it as power A, power B, Red just got the simple plain old boot. He didn't even get the good one.
No, fuck that. Red got fuck A, fuck B. I got all the way to Z.
Oh man, that shiner, that
That wasn't. It
You should have
wasn't.
ducked.
It was.
You should have ducked.
Wasn't no fucking duck on that one.
No,
There
that
was
was it.
no ducking. None.
This is why I always
None.
encourage people to
It
put their
wasn't-
hands up.
It wasn't. Where did I have time to put a hand up, Max? Where the fuck did I?
Sure, Max, I'll answer this one. Surely a Hall of Famer like yourself would have been able to figure out the timing to put your hands up.
Oh no, fuck that. Because Max decided he was going
Oh,
full track fucking mode. The gun had went off and his ass took off like somebody stuck a firecracker up his ass and he was gone. And by the
now,
time I pushed Miles, here comes Sue. And it was like, oh shit, ain't got time to do shit.
Get off the tracks.
I got off.
See,
I got
we-
off the tracks after his ass knocked me off them bitches.
Then surely you could have had one of your nieces or uncles or nephews to come in, or some family member come in and take care to put their hands up as a noble sacrifice for someone as yourself.
Wasn't nobody coming the fuck out there after that shit.
Were you on
Again.
sabbatical at that time?
Fuck no, but you know it's bad when Max goes to the back and says, somebody need to go check on Red. You know it's bad.
I was looking out for you.
I mean, and I appreciate that part. I mean, you did go in the back and say, hey, y'all need to get that motherfucker off the ground. You know. And that's what,
Red's leaking on the floor.
literally and figuratively.
What's even worse about that is when I turned around, I told Miles too. I said, he's bleeding. He got hit. He's down. What happened?
The king of the pre-show, always in the
But
moment.
just think about it. I pushed him out the way so his back is toward everything. He don't see shit. And then he turns around. Oh, shit.
Yeah, he told me he thought I was telling him I was hurt. He was like, how'd you get hurt?
So wait, does that mean that just based off of those words, then I had this all wrong. Mr. Red, I am sorry. Thank you for your sacrifice. I am so glad that you were able to show us the example that you were able to. I am so sorry for putting it the way that I did. My apologies. And that is why you're Hall of Fame. That is why. Stuff like that.
I just, fuck that. Fuck Sue. I was good with Sue up to the end. I thought we had a cordial relationship. We understood each other.
You know, it's funny too, is because I would show anytime I show up to a show, at least one person walks up to me and says, hey, I can't wait to meet Sue. Now that I'm thinking about it, since that show, not one person has come up to me and said, hey, I can't wait to meet Sue. Maybe he did something good. I don't know.
I wonder the fuck why. and the idea is like Max has given it to me before. And it's been like, oh, okay, no problem. But that night, like I said, I don't know what the fuck. He was just like, fuck it, run as fast as you can. And it was like, and here it is. I get the realism, like, because we're like, this ain't ballet. We make this shit look real as possible. But it was just the timing.
You really got kicked in the face.
Push Miles the fuck out the way, because that's my only thing. Push Miles out the way, and your leg is gonna be draped. Okay, then we can finish the match and keep going and go home.
Time out
on the field.
Did you hear what he said? Your leg's going to be draped. An indication I was going to have to kick over the rope. Not in front of the rope. You understand what I'm saying? One. And two, everyone knows I don't run.
But I will call somebody at, matter of fact, what's the Serpentine motherfucker? You know who I'm talking about, Steve. Serpentinigus or whatever the fuck they call it. James Creed. Because I know if anybody got this shit
You
on
mean
foot.
Sempiternal?
Yeah, that motherfucker.
That is not what I heard. I heard something, a word I can't say.
Simple penis?
No, simpa, and
How we get here?
yeah,
How do we get here? I don't understand it.
That's me
How we
pointing.
get here?
It's me pointing at Mr. Young over here.
That's not Mr. Young. We don't want Mr. Young on the show.
That's what his name says.
Yeah, he did. Are you Mr. Young tonight, or are you C-Red? The lines blur. But you must be C-Red because you took the boot in the face. Mr. Young would never take the boot in the face. Mr. Young would kill the bitch.
Mr. Young would have pulled out a 9 mil and shot
That's what I'm saying.
right in the foot. Wow, fuck that.
I think Mr. Young just challenged you. Boot named Sue versus a 9 millimeter. I don't
Oh
know.
no. Oh Jesus.
I don't know what promotion is going to condone that, but you never know. Somebody will. Somebody will be
No,
able
no.
to do it.
No, no. I'm good.
But honestly, like fucking around with Max, like even that night, I couldn't be mad because it was just perfect fucking timing. Like it was like if you could see the shit through my eyes to know, yes, I got my spot. Oh shit, this bitch is here. And it wasn't even the fact that like I felt it, of course, but then I go down and I'm like, okay, I'm selling. But then I look down under me and there's a puddle of blood. And all I'm thinking about is how the fuck do I go home and explain this to the wife? After all the years of, don't you think you said you were going to retire? Don't you think you need to leave? Don't you need to stop? And I'm like, I'm good. Nothing's going to happen. Yeah, right. Now I come with a big ass knot in a bag of ice. Like, don't think I'm
I
going
hit a deer on the way home with my face.
to. Shit. Even a deer wouldn't have kicked that damn hard.
Hey, Max.
Yeah.
Max. Okay, so this is something. Okay, so you know how one of the rules we would have is that whatever we need to say that didn't need to be on the air, we would just say it in order for us to say, like, focus on the thing.
Yeah,
Okay. Do you remember a deer coming up?
yeah. A deer?
Yeah, based on what was happening and when you threw the boot, do you remember a deer
I don't
being
remember
there?
it. No.
Okay. Where was this deer, Steve?
I was making a comparison in a different light.
God damn it. Okay, all right.
That is some contextual hate right there. I'm okay. I can live with it. We'll be shooting. Rion likes to shoot sometimes. Rion thinks I don't hear the shoot when he shoots, but I do. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next part of the program. All right, we talked about Destructo. Let's talk about it. Super wrestlers, the secrets of the super wrestlers were last night at the Concord Music Hall, and uh, Destructo and his band of henchmen, Madam Shatter and Mr. Doctor, were involved in a triple threat match for not only the prize, but the hot potato title because somehow Danger Mask and Pubic Moose are co. I mean, Pubic Moose won the prize, but Danger Mask had the prize, so it was kind of a weird dynamic there. And then obviously Pubic Moose has the hot potato title, and it took a visit from America's favorite intergalactic bounty hunter to make this triple threat match. So we've got Danger Mask, Pubic Moose, Destructo, and his band in the main event of Secrets of the Super Wrestlers, episode 11. Um, Take us back to the land of the Concord Music Theater and the spectacle that is the Super Wrestlers. From your point of view, what did it look like?
Magic. Oh, so the way that played out is Danger Mask had the prize because he was going to destroy it because it's too powerful for anybody to hold. Mr. Doctor stole Danger Mask's Danger Mask, hence why he didn't have a mask. So he made the trade off the mask for the spot in the match, hence the triple threat match. Um, I love those shows. I don't know how to talk about it though. Like I don't view Destructo as me. Um,
No, I mean, and the thing about it is, Destructo has been through 11 episodes, has been a little bit of everything.
mhm.
When Destructo debuted at Super Wrestlers, he was an unbeatable opponent. And then there was a string of bad luck and bad tidings, which involved the hot potato title at one point.
Mhm.
And then through the ether and through time, power returned and the badassery of an intergalactic bounty hunter came back and you came out and Destructo came out and it was very powerful last night. But Destructo ran into a buzzsaw because nobody saw Danger Moose as a thing coming.
No, Destructo has always had his, as you put it, badassery about him. Just it's one of those scenarios where the bad guy always ends up in one of those predicaments that is unsavory.
Very
Um,
unsavory.
very unsavory. And I'm a big fan of that. Having this big scary monster that just ends up in such situations that you're like, why is he wearing a pink tutu with a poodle? You know what I mean? So I love
Contact.
it. Yeah,
Contact.
I love it. And poop pubic moose and danger mask. What are they called? Danger
Danger Moose.
moose? Yeah. That's a force to be reckoned with.
It was something that was unlikely and the chants were loud. And Billy Whack is right. Anytime there's something with multiple syllables, it will be chanted. And it was no different last night than there was some crazy shit being chanted. It was one of those nights. I've been to many a super wrestler show, and that's another point that I wanted to make. Not every super wrestler has been on every episode of the Super Wrestler. A very select few have appeared at every show, and I feel like I have seen Destructo wreaking havoc at all 11 episodes of the Super Wrestlers thus far.
Yes, he is one of the few that has been on every episode. Uh, Wrestling, and there hasn't even been just a promo spot. He's had a match on every show, wreaking havoc. So he's been a continuity of storyline over there. What it is, we still don't know as far as the story goes. All we know is he's been gunning for the prize to get home. Where's home? What is home? We know about Crossturnia, but we don't know where he's from. We don't know what his true backstory is. We just know he's been beating the shit out of people.
I suspect that down the road, maybe even at Crisis of the Super Wrestlers in March. And I want to say this. Um, I hung around a little bit after the show because I was talking to a few people that came out right afterwards. I missed Destructo, so that was disappointing. But I saw a few others. And as I left and exited the building, Super Wrestlers always puts the tickets for the following show on sale immediately following. So you can go to the box office when you leave and you can get your tickets. The line was out the door.
Oh wow.
Line, and I'm not kidding. I almost stopped. I'm like, fuck, maybe I should buy my tickets right now, too. Because when you wait till a couple of days before because you're not sure you can make it, the Concord Music Theater loves money.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of entertainment value out of the dollar spent between the ticket and parking, but I also have some observations
Oh boy.
for wrestlers. And we've supported super wrestlers since day one. There were three matches on that card that invoked the spirit of super wrestlers from day one. And there were a few matches that made me go, what's happening here? which I wasn't expecting. Now, granted, I had missed the last couple of shows, so maybe I was out of the loop story-wise, but I feel like Billy does a really good job bringing us up to speed. Plus, all the stuff's on YouTube.
Yep.
But there was half the show that for me was the super wrestlers that I love, and then there was half the show that was metamorphosizing into something else. So I don't know if anybody else felt that. The main event was the most super wrestler thing on the card, next to Hot Kazooie versus Nolan the fucking Wizard, which great. It is day one fucking super wrestler right there, and the opening match. Uh, Bill Cosplay, who might be one of the greatest characters I've ever seen portrayed in a wrestling ring, versus Vlad Bladder, the teenage werewolf, who I prefer as the teenage vampire. But if we're going down the Twilight Road, maybe one day he'll get the wings again. But that's neither here nor there. Um, the Candyland story was crazy, and it threw me for a loop. And then I had never had the pleasure of seeing the Pharaoh. Pharaoh Cleopatra was
Hmm.
my first time meeting her, and Biff Beware had a situation that had a lot of innuendo. Um, as different as the super wrestlers are, there was just something a little too familiar about it. And that's all I'll say about that. But anyway, just kudos to everybody that works, uh, whether they set up or tear down or are actual super wrestlers. Um, the minute that show starts till the minute it ends, you never see a wrestling crowd as hooked as they are on super wrestlers to every moment. Cactus has been there with me many times. She is the architect of many of the chants, and she was the main cog in the evisceration of the hate monger that we were talking about.
I was not the main cog.
You were the loudest fucking
I
cog.
sure was, but I was not
You
the main
you
cog.
were calling for a hanging.
No. I said, don't look ashamed now, bitch. That's I
Just
was Billy handled the situation quickly. Um, but I you know me, I gotta say something.
I think there was even a Trump chant
Yeah,
somewhere
I
in
think it
there,
was him. Yeah, I think it was him.
which was a wild
Yeah.
many wild chants happened at that. Cactus, you heard me talking about the super wrestlers. Do you feel I was at least accurate with my opinion, or do you feel I was way off base?
Um, I feel that you know more than I do. Does that make sense?
No, because that nobody ever says that, which is
Okay, because I don't know. I'm getting a very personal sense from this. I always enjoy myself at the Super Wrestlers. But there are people that I miss. I do miss Business Puppy. Um, I would love Business Puppy to come back. Um,
and we had no porch pirate.
the Porch Pirate was injured.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he
know.
got hurt.
Yeah, the Porch Pirate was injured. But I really, really liked the random guy getting one over on Canadad. I always enjoy my time at the Super Wrestlers. It's one of the few things that I can actively get engaged with, and it was, the same for me this time. But it was a little off, and I think a lot of that had to do with that person. So left a weird feeling.
It sent everybody into a lather. And there's super wrestler merch now. There's
Hasn't there always been merch?
Well, no, now there's like super wrestler merch. I mean, there's
Oh,
always been
Oh,
shirts and hats and things, but there's a Stephen Flo shirt, there's a Delay Mignon shirt. So there
oh
are
yeah.
legitimate character t-shirts that you can buy at Super Wrestler, which is an extension. You don't get to that point without being successful. And I just think that to have 11 shows and then going on to the 12th one, it doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon. And I
No,
think
not at all.
Destructo is a huge part of the swagger that is the super wrestlers.
There's so much story to be told that I won't slow down. The only thing that'll stop it now is an act of God, if you will.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, watch out for that Catalyst Tambor guy. He's
Or Titleist Tambor.
he's a tough customer. He's a tough customer. Um, so super wrestlers coming back in March, crisis of the super wrestlers. So that doesn't sound good. That sounds like
No.
there's going to be some peril. Maybe we'll find Destructo's backstory.
Is everyone in crisis or just one person?
Is this going to be like a crossover thing, like from W or WV or whatever it is, like the Flash crossover? You're gonna get crossovers with real wrestlers?
Do you think like maybe it'll be like the crisis like now you're
Infinite Earth?
invoking the LWF? Are we going to get a Tom Welling appearance? Is Phil going to show up?
That I mean, that's what I'm. That's fun. That's the vibes I'm picking up on. I don't know shit, just so we're clear.
I understand.
Just so we're absolutely clear. But yeah, I can
It's
see that
like
happening.
talking to you before the Avengers comes out and you can't say anything. I get it.
No, I literally don't know shit. Uh, seriously, I don't know
You
anything.
are Elizabeth Olsen on Jimmy Fallon.
I don't know. I literally find out probably the month before, unless he needs me to come do promos. So I'm telling you, we're just shooting the shit. But I could totally see that happening.
Just like the worlds come together and collide in an open portal to somewhere else. But that crisis is coming in March, so watch your social media for opportunities to buy tickets to that. Um,
So many wrestling companies use the old cliche of expect the unexpected. Literally, at Super Wrestlers, you can expect. Yeah, actually, you won't even expect some of the stuff that happens.
it's crazy, and I think Billy. We always talk to Billy the Tuesday before the show, and
Yep,
something he said at the very super first Super Wrestlers is what makes me love it as much as I do. He's comes out there and he's in his Billy Whack euphoria moment, and he's doing that. He's warming up the crowd, and he says, "Don't suspend disbelief. Believe everything." And I think that's the essence of the super wrestlers. Everybody wants it, everybody wants their stuff to be real, to be reality TV, to be, oh, this could happen in the real world. At super wrestlers, we need to believe that there is a doorway to Crossturnia. We need to believe that when an intergalactic bounty hunter shows up, there will be hell to pay. We need to believe that a teenage vampire turned into a teenage werewolf. And for 3 hours on a Sunday night at the Concord Music Hall, we all believe. And that's where the magic happens. So I think that's the best part.
absolutely, I agree.
Speaking of magic, Max Holiday returns to Rocket Pro Wrestling this Saturday, as just announced on social media or announced on the LIM podcast, which I have not yet seen. So your tag team, the tag team that has traveled around the world, uh, is coming to get the tag team titles away from the Undeniables. Tell me a little bit about how this came to pass. The last time we saw Max Holiday in Rocket Pro Wrestling, he was ostracized and kicked out of the three rings.
Next holiday was?
No, no, that was. I'm getting my universes confused. I'm having
Yeah, you
a
are.
crisis. Anyway, it will be good to have you back, uh,
Yeah.
Joliet. How,
Let-
tell me
let-
about how you guys came to get tag team title options.
So the last time you saw me was when J-Beck retired,
Yes,
and Steve Michaels and Undeniable beat me, and he retained his title. Yeah.
yes, that's the last time we saw you. We
Yes.
saw another guy get kicked out of the three rings.
Got you. Um, so yeah, Actually, just got a message from Kevin or Nuke, uh,
Whoa, whoa,
asking if we.
whoa. Nuke? Just sorry. I get paid a little extra if I throw in his 3-word tagline.
I saw the shirt. I saw the shirt. Uh, got a message from Kevin asking if we were available. Said we were, and that he had a spot for us, which we had been waiting for a couple months. So just so happened to be for the tag team championship. So we will make the best of this one and come in cold and go out hot as your new RPW tag team champions.
So you're fighting the undeniable, the hipster hunk in Aaron Arsenal, who is a fantastic wrestler and darn near a celebrity in Wisconsin. And you're
Yep.
fighting the Ripper Victor Wade. We talked a lot about Crash Tested earlier. He was a very big character in that universe, aka the Dominion, if we all remember that before James Storm brought it to TNA and called it something else.
Yep.
Uh, how do you feel? Do you like your chances? Do you think you guys are going to be able to come in and run roughshod over the champs, or do you think the undeniable will do undeniable things?
How long have they been champions?
Seems like a long time, but they haven't been defended very much.
No, who'd they beat for them?
Red, who did they beat for them? Was Marche and Shogun, right? Didn't they take the straps off of the final level? They
Oh,
didn't
I
beat
can
us with a
answer this.
triple threat.
I can answer this. That would be the Three Rings and Skylar Reed and myself. The match that none of us should have been in the first place.
So they want him in a triple threat with the three rings and him and Skylar Reed. That's what he just said.
Okay, so yeah, then I did not remember it correctly. So they won it. They have not defended it very frequently, but they have defended it. And the undeniable is in a little bit of a weird place, shall we say. Things are not going well for the undeniable as a group.
Oh, I'm pretty confident in myself and Brandon coming in there, like I said, cold and leaving hot as the new tag team champions. If they haven't defended them much, that means they haven't been working much together, whereas Brandon and I have been working for years together up and down the roads, beating the piss out of men a lot bigger than those guys. So, yeah, I think our odds are fairly well. I mean, deserving, they're champions, kudos to those guys. But sleep well, polish them up, and have them ready. Bags, all that good jazz Saturday. We'll take them off their hands, make their bags a little lighter.
That's always a good thing. Are you excited to be back in Joliet? It's been a minute.
I am because many reasons. The biggest of them all is it's close to home. So being able to wrestle and then be home in less than 45 minutes is always a plus, as opposed to driving multiple hours home. That's the most exciting part. Also, the fans of Rocket Pro are pretty sweet, except for that one kid
Are you talking
with the
about
little.
Santino?
Yeah, Santino. Yeah, he's special. Anyways, yeah, but no, I'm excited to come back, see the fans of Rocket Pro, see the people in the locker room, Rocket Pro, and become the new Rocket Pro tag team champions.
Would be a very cool thing if you did. Um, the Rocket Pro fans are, they're loyal and they always come out in amazing numbers. And you mentioned Santino. There's been a lot going on with that boy over the last couple of months. It's things did not go well for him at the last show. His life was crushed when Kid Lat got beaten by Damian Gray.
Oh,
It's like he
tough.
lost a family member. And then there was a Scooby-Doo situation that occurred. And now they're talking about giving him a specific place in the arena away from everybody. I don't know what's going on there. It's you read all these things online, you don't know what's true and what isn't. It's crazy though. Who doesn't like Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, that's odd. I was gonna say it's pretty sweet the way Rocket Pro allows their fans to interact, but this sounds a little bit beyond that to me. But what do I know? I haven't been around.
Well, now you're going to be around and you might be Santino's new favorite wrestler.
I doubt that. I doubt
Come
that.
on. You're lovable.
So I hear. So it always tickles me when I see Derek St. Holmes, especially at Super Wrestlers, and he just giggles. He says, I don't see you as this big mean dude. You're too likable. You're too nice. I'm like, you're the only fucking person that says this.
Oh man, the reputations you get over the years, right?
No, I'm really a dick.
Well, okay. Well, hey, we'll call a spade a spade. I mean, why not? Why not? We're here. It's now. Um,
No.
let's see, where do I want to go from here? Do I want to do that or do I not want to
Oof.
do that? That's the Red. While I think about this quandary, what do you have to ask Max Holiday
Uh,
other than getting kicked in the head
we passed that part.
like a
Uh,
mule?
fuck Sora or whatever the fucking app
Ah,
is.
yes, good.
Cause I can't create myself, but you somehow created me and starred me in an episode of in a different universe of a new Chicago PD.
Yep.
Uh, and I appreciate it, but uh, that shit didn't look shit like me.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I've been working on the new episode and I'm trying to incorporate everyone that's on the app in it. And it's such a you have to know how to talk to it. And if you don't talk to it right, it gives you some fucking wild stuff. And I know that if you're, as they put it on the app, if you're cameoing somebody, they get notified and they can see the draft of before it's published. So I know you've seen a couple things. There's been some really wonky ones, and I've just been like, the fuck is delete? What is that? And it sucks because you only have so many, you can only make like so many videos. Unless you want to pay like $200 a month and you get unlimited. And I was like,
No.
no, no, I'll have fun waiting. But I am trying to put together another one, including a lot of people. I got this whole story. It's like 10 episodes long, and I'm for the past 3 days, I've been working on episode 3 because Sora's being a little bitch.
What character does Red play in this universe? Is he like the angry chief of police where he's sending you out on assignment, or is he the guy that's the informant? Is he the drug? What is C Red?
No, no,
I'm a,
he's just getting introduced as an officer right now. There's
Awesome.
the yeah, it's just an introduction.
Is he your
So
partner?
my partner, no, no. But he does tie into like the main story of it, but it's just literally introducing him now.
Or is he the banana in the tailpipe guy?
Maybe he may be the banana in the tailpipe guy.
That's so good. There's a great shot Rian's got. That's one of my favorites. I actually like the bloody face that I made a giant image of and put it because it looks so 80s movie good. Like you were like another crawl space. You looked a lot like Bruce Willis in Die Hard as
Yeah.
he's crawling through the ventilation. That's my favorite look that you've had in this. Um, I thought for a while you were actually running for office, and I don't think that might be a bad thing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Max would run for fucking office against Donald Trump and probably boot name sue him in a debate.
That would be amazing, but no,
Can you imagine if the
no.
debate broke down and you brought out Sue and kicked him in the face and knocked the hairpiece off?
God, no, that Jesus Christ.
That would shake the
Uh,
country. You'd piss
I,
off Putin. You'd instantly be Russia's number public enemy number one.
hey,
I wouldn't be able to get on the ballot.
yeah, you would.
There it is. And look at that Max Holiday. He's seasoned. He's polished. He
Yeah.
looks like he could get up there and tell us what we need to hear.
Oh, I could probably tell you what you need to hear. Maybe. We'll see.
Would you? I mean, would you take a run at a public office at some point?
Oh, for sure. I've thought about it locally running for like just local seats and stuff for sure. I think it'd be great. At the same time, I get bored quick. So you can't get elected to a position and be like, nah, fuck it, I'm done. I don't like it no more.
Figure it out yourselves. I'm done.
Yeah. Screw this. You're all fucked. Yeah, but
That would be a CNN moment for sure.
yeah, I would love to. I think it'd be great, but it would have to be something that I'd be totally dedicated to because just being on the internet and trolling people is pain in the dick, let alone doing it 24/7. So,
A presidential candidate trolling. I mean, it did work for Trump. He trolled plenty of us.
yeah, so
We don't
it is
like to
what it
say
is.
the C word on this show because Cactus will go off on a rant that
I
I
feel
don't
I
think
feel like
anybody
you're
is
just
prepared.
yeah, I feel like you're just trying to like conjure at this point.
Well, she's probably at this point not listening. So I want it to go back later when she's like, "Why did you say that?" She'll call
Fair
me out
enough.
on bullshit later on when she wants.
Listening.
Oh,
I'm listening.
He's trying to fuck with you tonight,
I know
Cactus.
you're trying to start a fight, Steve.
no, I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm just trying to bring you into the conversation and the content.
In the worst possible way.
Sometimes you have to go with what you know.
I can talk
No.
about so many things.
All right, well, let's talk about something.
You're not interviewing me.
Well, you're part of the show. Interview Max. Ask Max a question.
What? Fuck?
What hasn't been covered? I don't know. What you know what? Okay. I do have a question. I was at the first ever DWA show. Where did that come from?
I know where it came from.
DWA?
Yeah.
Hey,
I got the crosshairs of that bullshit.
DWA was the offshoot of what
oh
the fuck were they called? Global?
Yes, yes, it
Yeah,
was.
it was the offshoot of Global.
It wasn't an offshoot of Global.
That was Braun leaving. I don't know. I don't know what the story is.
I was
DWA,
in the
that was
you
middle
were
of the
part of
motherfucking
it.
story.
I was never a part. I was a part of DWA, yeah,
Oh,
as just
yeah.
someone being booked.
Okay. So I was
Yeah,
misinformed.
no, I'm not on the inside of
Well, see, look,
shit.
I'm a terrible journalist. You can't
No,
trust
that was
me.
perfect because that sets up December 16th very nicely.
Yay.
The real story of
What does that
DWA.
sense?
Oh, okay. You're gonna tell that story
I'm
on
gonna
the
tell
16th?
I'm
What
gonna tell the
story?
shit out of that
What have
story.
you utilized me to do, Stephen?
I did not use it was like Rion's happenstance. That's what it was. You asked, I didn't say DWA at all. Just like Rian said, I said deer. I did not say DWA. You said DWA. Like
Now,
I
you know what I know what's gonna happen now is somehow Brian's gonna see this. Next time I see him, he's gonna grab me like this, be like, just so you know, this is the actual what happened. It wasn't this. I'll be like, I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Well, tell him to tell me because I want to know.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know how that came about. I was just booked.
Yeah, I was just wondering because that was around the time that I was training at SCW, and that was kind of like my actual induction to the local indie scene. And so it was just a whole bunch of things happened all at once right when I started. And then COVID happened.
Was SCW a part of a
Yeah, they were
DWA?
there.
Oh
They were
yeah.
there. They did like a locker room clear out.
It was DWA, the people with that. ARW was there, and so was SCW. I think even POW was there a little bit.
Wait a minute. Was I a part of this?
Were you part of what?
I'm so confused. What invasion angle was this?
It wasn't really an invasion angle. It was a bunch of well-respected human beings camping out and eradicating something else. That's what it
Yeah.
was. It was
Don't
a
ask me for
Okay.
details because this is right before I had a massive head injury. So everything's fuzzy back then.
don't
Okay.
worry. I remember it for all of us.
Fair enough.
And there's one of the greatest Ivan Manson stories ever is directly related to that whole situation. So again, when we do the 16th and I vomit all over the airwaves, that will be one of the big ones because that was one of the most formative experiences of my wrestling career.
Oh wow. Well, that'll be a good listen then.
I learned everything I never wanted to know about wrestling in the span of 3 months. Turtle knows it was me and Turtle versus the world. And not in a good way. Not in a Thelma and Louise way either. But we did end up driving off the cliff. So I guess, comparison's sake, maybe that was accurate. But what a story it will be. Uh Max, what else do you have coming up?
Uh,
That
what a
was
segue.
abrupt. I just wanted to shift gears real quickly because
Wow.
I don't want to spill all the tea just yet.
So I have Rocket Pro Saturday, then Bruce City Wrestling next Saturday, and then I am done for the year.
You're not doing Blizzard Brawl?
No,
Why did you laugh at that? I mean,
no, I'm not.
that looks like
Uh,
I think that would be a cool thing.
oh, I know. It'd be a great, yeah, sure. I work for one company in Wisconsin for some reason, so it is what it is.
Bruce City.
Politics. Yeah.
Is
Politics and
that
wrestling
real or
are
is that Sora?
fucking wild. That's when I signed with the Cubs.
And were you a pitcher? Because I think that's Greg Maddox's number.
Maybe that's my number across everything, so I don't really care. It was Greg Maddox's number. See,
Oh,
that's
you're a
what I
bear
signed with.
too. You're just
Yeah,
you just
I
keep
am. I'm the Bo Jackson of this shit.
you have so many careers that we have, and it's on the internet. And like Rian says, if it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
It's got to be true. It's real.
You're a
See,
bull.
yeah, that's the
Is that the
first
day
one.
you were signed? Because you look like you're dressed up behind it.
Yes, yeah. All of those were the days I was.
I want to see Rian pull out a hockey uniform. I don't think it's
I
possible.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't do one of those.
That's doing the ARC symbol, but end up actually I was calling out Diamond Dallas Page.
Weird. I always viewed that as a vagina.
Well, it could be that too.
Interesting.
That was a moment. That was my one documented moment on the morning after.
He got his tongue out, so
Well, I
Yeah,
think I was emulating the ARC at the moment, but
there, there's many documented moments of you on the morning after.
well, not as many as you'd like, but it was fun. I enjoyed the pizza party in which I was convinced that you were going to buy that pizzeria or you were going to run a wrestling show at the pizzeria because that there was some business being talked about
Yeah,
for exiting that building.
CC's Pizza. Yeah.
hey, that shit was fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like I went there, like, okay, let's see what happens. You guys that said, you invited people, see who shows up, and then it was like, okay, but for the number of people, it was quaint, but we all got to know each other on a different level, and I think that was the thing that I walked out the most.
hmm
Again, me and Steve had only known each other again from crash testing, so
Singing
I
En
think
Vogue.
we really didn't interact with each other. So to sit there and talk to him and everybody else, and it was a real chill vibe, like, and it felt like, oh wow, okay, Max and Rion brought these people together. Like, okay, this is fucking cool. Like, you never, outside of a wrestling show where people like, oh, okay, afterwards we're all going here. Like, nobody gets together and says, hey, let's go out and break bread, together, you know. So I appreciated that night. Like, it was fun, you know. The irony is, my wife knows nobody in this business. So for her to walk away and said she had a good time, it was like, oh shit, really? You had a good time? Oh, okay, then it had to be special. So yeah, that was one of my most funnest nights, if you could say that. Not being inside a actual wrestling event. So, but I'm like Steve, walking out and the guy was talking to you and you were talking to him. I was like, oh shit, you about to buy the building? What what
The
is going
morning after, live at the pizza buffet.
on?
It's a hell of a
Hey,
concept.
hey, it'll work because wrestling on one side and pizza buffet on the other, and
And that Rian chose the great photo. That tradition has been carried on to the Sunday brunch things that have been happening. Those are that that picture there is one of my favorites. And it was very similar to that pizza celebration at the end of a calendar year.
Those are always fun. Those are brainchilds of Rion's. All those gatherings because he's like, "What do you want to do this?" And I'm like, "Who's gonna show up?" He's like, Worst case scenario, it's me and you. Fuck it, let's see." And it always turns out to be, a nice little group of people that show up. Whether it was the pizza thing though was former guests, if I remember correct,
yeah,
right?
That
It
was
was
all
all former guests.
all
Yep.
former guests. This is kind of
Yep.
an
The
assorted
brunch.
cast of various characters.
Right, right. But they're always fun. And my understanding is these have carried on beyond like out a bunch of these have happened. I haven't even been a part of, from my understanding. So that's cool.
I would like to propose one now.
Oh boy.
Saturday, December 20th. If everybody's around, I'd like to put one of these together.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll Cactus, what about you? You think you could make it on the 20th?
I'm pretty sure that that is the only weekend so far I don't have something.
How
So
about you, Red? On the 20th, you wanna come and break bed at maybe Blueberry Hill in Homewood?
Whoa, whose bed are
yeah,
we breaking?
yeah,
right.
I heard break bed, not break
I
bread.
mean,
I heard
I've
the same.
broke I, I've broken a bed or two in my time, but I've never done it with a crowd of people.
That's fair. That's fair. What about you, Rian? You think the 20th is doable? Rian stopped listening an hour ago. We'll catch Rian up. He did say something about he only was going to be here an hour. Wait a minute, here he's back.
Yes, figure it out because I will not figure it out for you.
No, I
Yes.
understand that. That's why I'm
Ooh.
bringing it up now.
How about not Blueberry Hill because I'm not spending $85 on breakfast ever again.
So what are you looking for, like an IHOP?
Yeah, no, not an IHOP. Something else though. Blueberry Hill is out of their minds.
We'll figure out something that is accommodatable to everybody. Uh, we'll workshop this as we go forward, and maybe there'll be people that listen to this show that want to be a part of it. Maybe we'll have 100 people at a various and scare all of the patrons, which is fun.
Yeah, that's always a good time. Walk in with a large crowd of people and demand seating.
Demand it.
And then
Max,
they're like, "We can't seat you till your entire crowd shows."
there have been some strange things that have happened over the brunches over time.
Yeah,
You must go now,
just no,
Yeah,
no.
not ever.
I'm gonna take this seat. The fuck you are.
I remember
Yeah, there's been some strange ones. Good
anyway.
times though. Good times.
Indeed, indeed. Max, we have always appreciated having you on this show, and you stayed the full 2 hours tonight, and we still have to do stuff after we let you go to talk, unless you want to stick around and do the outro stuff. But I won't hold you to that.
Oh, what's the outro?
Well, I got to talk about ARW, Black and Blue, and the retirement of Lunatic and Greg Glover. We're gonna
Oh, you're gonna do that part of it where you cover all the shows. Yep. Have fun.
no, they didn't do this shit on the morning after. Like, fuck that. If you were there, you were
Yeah.
there. Why do we need to relive it?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm good on that part for sure. You guys
Max,
enjoy.
thank you so much for being a regular on this show. Thank you for being a great figure in this business, a kind of a mentor and a good friend. And I've always appreciated everything you've told me and you've brought to the table. You're great, and I'm blessed, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being a friend.
Traveling
Appreciate
down the road and back again.
it. Kind words. Appreciate it all the time. Appreciate you guys letting me come on again. Always a great time being here with you guys and traveling down memory lane, all that other good stuff.
The blue pants will always be magic, and privileged catfish will never die. It's the legacy of Max Holiday. Don't miss him this Saturday in Joliet at Rocket Pro Wrestling's Christmas Chaos. Maybe a new tag team champion, a shiny new belt to add to your collection.
I'm really starting to question the legacy I'm leaving behind if it's just privileged catfish.
It's
I mean,
one of
what a
the many
legacy.
things.
Oh, what? All at once?
What did you say, Cactus?
I said, I mean, what a legacy.
Yeah, privileged catfish.
Privileged cat and intergalactic bounty hunting. You've got quite a story to tell, and we're happy you've shared the stories with us.
My Sora book is coming.
We can't
All
wait.
right. Thank you
Bye,
guys.
Max. We
Appreciate you
love
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Until next time.
Travis T's best friend. Fuck. Did you see that shit? Travis
Yeah.
T's BFF. Man, it's gonna kill me. All right. Let's talk about ARW real quick, and then we'll preview Christmas Chaos, and then we'll be done. Cactus, you good or you gone?
I'm gone. Uh, as I said in the group chat, it's been a very stressful day, and I need to prepare to be screamed at for the next few weeks. So,
I hope it goes smoothly, and we
yeah.
will get the particulars on December 20th.
All right.
Get a little closer to December 20th. But thank you
Yay.
for wanting to participate. We've been trying to get this together, and I have not been very good at it. Uh, but I really want to do it before Christmas so we can see each other one more time. Rion is heading out too because he's got places to be and things to do. So Red and I will finish the job. Thank you guys both for being on here. 2 episodes left, so
Yep.
it's these are big moments, and I'm excited to share them with you.
All right. Smooches.
Bye,
Bye,
girl.
girl.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, girl. Bye.
And then there were two. And that's kind of how we started this whole fucking thing, right? So it's kind of poetic. Um,
Yes.
I love laughing at you and Max as you discuss the boot, because it's something that will always be a part of your journey together. And like I said, I mean it when I say it, not in a derogatory LRP way, but a lot of what they did are what I wanted to do with the Power Hour, and we've been fortunate to be able to do some of those things. Maybe not all of the things. You have the benefit of a storied career. Not me so much, so we can't share the stories like they do, but I think we do a pretty good job entertaining.
Yeah, I think we do.
We're the B team, but we've always been good as the B team, maybe.
Hey, let them go take the shots first.
Ebony and Ivory forever. ARW Black and Blue Wednesday happened the day before Thanksgiving. It was my first one, and we had Greg Glover on this show a few weeks back. I had no idea after we interviewed him and we laughed and we talked stories and we had a great time. Greg was a great guest, probably one of the best guests we've ever had because he was so engaged and we were just throwing moments out and you could see him reflecting in all of the things. And when I caught up with him on Wednesday, he thanked us again, which Greg Glover would, and he's like, you started me thinking about all the things that I've done, and he had a nice post on social media over the last couple of days, kind of letting the cat out of the proverbial bag for the rest of the universe, not just the ARW universe. He is done with professional wrestling. He is retired. He hung up his boots. And it's for him, I'm happy that he gets to go out on his terms. But for the rest of us, I'm kind of sad because I think we were getting the best version of Greg Glover over the past year at ARW. He was a spectacular champion, and he was coming from Florida on a regular basis to do ARW. So he was traveling to have that run, and his effect on the locker room with the younger wrestlers will be felt for years going forward because the youth at ARW, the young guys, the Brendan Ballings, the Josh Moons, the James Creeds, the Donovan Marcelluses, who is the new ARW champion. These guys have benefited from being under the learning tree with Glover, who is just one of the classiest guys to ever do it. Obviously, you talked about the looks could kill era. I had a chance to talk to CMOS a little bit about it. Maybe my one regret is we didn't get a chance to have CMOS on the Power Hour. Maybe we'll rectify that somewhere down the road if we get an itch. Um, for me, Black and Blue Wednesday, I was people watching a lot. And we're doing a lot on commentary because they have a really professional setup and they're cutting back to us and there's a lot of things going on. Shout out to Rich for being really good at what he does. And he fucking played me like a fiddle when James Creed took a camera and smashed it on a ring post. I thought that shit was real. So they hooked me and they got me good. Um, the Glover Marcellus match was everything that it needed to be. And although after it was over, Greg retired, what him and Marcellus did in that ring in the main event was a classic. And now that Marcellus is champion, defeating Glover, who had been a champion for a year, it really makes you wonder what this next version of ARW is going to look like. Because your heavyweight champion is now Donovan Marcellus, who is, cocky as they come. Sempiternal has all the gold too, as James Creed retained the Indiana State title in a vicious street fight that we'll talk about in a moment, uh, over the aforementioned Josh Moon. And Sempiternal, uh, O'Neal and Summers, they won the tag team titles away from Uncle Drip Drip and the program. And Uncle Drip Drip got messed up by CMOS Dave.
Mm,
Uncle Drip Drip got knocked down, took a pounding when
mm.
Dave fought Nick Diamond, which was another stellar match. That match was so good that you know what the opening match was on the damn card? Brendan Balling versus Shaq Jordan versus Eric Surge from OVW. That was your fucking opener.
Wow.
You can see it on YouTube. It's out there now. And goddamn, what a match. Uh, for those that don't know who Eric Surge is, check him out Friday night at NWA Chicago. He is a spectacular guy. I'd really like to see him get a shot at Marcellus and that heavyweight title. I think that would be a banger of a match. Creed and Moon in the street fight, some of the craziest shit you've ever seen. They wrapped a wiffle bat in thumbtacks, and Josh Moon hit him in the back, and about 75 thumbtacks came off of that bat and stuck in the back of James Creed, and they were in his back
Oh,
the
I know.
entire
I
match.
saw the photos.
That's
I
it.
saw the photos.
When that happens live, it blows your fucking mind because you're wondering what they won't do. And the intense rivalry between Creed and Moon has been building forever, and it came to a head. The second match, as if the first match wasn't banger enough, you had Muggsy James versus Quinn Whittick. Now that I'm thinking back, I might have that backwards. I think maybe Muggsy and Quinn opened the show because I remember not believing that this was the opener because the war between the family and the AFA had gotten so personal, and it was in the name of Ivan Manson. And this was kind of a memorial show because Ivan. This was the first Black and Blue Wednesday, in which Ivan wasn't there. So to have Quinn fighting Muggsy in a match like that was absolutely something special to see. Those two tear it up like no other. So it just kept getting bigger and better as we went. And you had the Lunatics last match as his tag team with Spot Monkey and Misdiagnosis. Uh, it was it's hard to see these guys that I've known most of my career walk away. Lunatic and Glover both look like they could still go another 10 years if they wanted to. Um, and Lunatic has been dealing with personal real life stuff for a few years now and has been great at his job and has been great in the ring and what they do together in that little band is so fun and so entertaining. I'm going to miss it. Uh, my first Black and Blue Wednesday was a great night from a standpoint that I got to see some great matches, but they had 400 strong easily there, if not more. The place was packed. It was a great night. Everybody was all in before the holiday. The spirits were high. Uh, if you haven't checked out ARW, check them out. Their next show is coming up in January. I don't get to do it because they're running the same night as Rocket Pro is, and I'm committed there first. But I will miss it, and I love doing commentary with Josh. Josh is an important person in the ARW world, and the fact that he has faith and confidence in me to want me to be there at this stage in my career is it's great to do. So I hate to miss a show, but like I said, the Rocket Pro books a year in advance, so uh, they allowed me to take time off if I needed it. Fortunately, I haven't yet. But it's crazy business, this one. Crazy business. Let's move into uh, Rocket Pro Wrestling this Saturday. We've got a lot to talk about, Red. There's a lot of crazy matches happening. We've got a double main event. What say you about the double main event?
Well, we still don't know who Maximus's mystery opponent
There's a
is.
lot of speculation
Oh
of
my God.
might be
I
his
am
moment,
so
right?
tired of speculation. Just know my inbox has been blown the fuck up and out with speculation. And I'm to the point like, let's just get this shit done. I want to know. So, and it can be anybody. I mean, we know uh what Rocket Pro and Nuke can do. And so we know it won't be Joe Hendry. Thanks to his contract now.
There are a
Uh
lot of it that for a while, the speculation of the Undertaker coming out to face Maximus Orion. That I saw a poster for that. I think I even
uh,
saw a poster of John McClane from Die Hard.
I mean, we gotta be real. But we know that the Midwest is stacked with top talent. We know that. We've seen it. But we also know that it can be anybody in the world. And that's what makes it exciting. But at the same time, I think for you and I, especially being on commentary, it makes us kind of, normally, we can figure out, hey, all right, but to know that, hey, and coming to the ring, and we don't know who it is, and we don't know what their move set is, and
We're gonna have to
uh,
get educated really quick.
real quick,
And
like,
that's the whole
oh,
point of Christmas chaos. It's absolute chaos. We'll be in Christmas sweaters. I've got Christmas entrance music this time, hopefully. So we're it's
how
the
time you
good
got your
season.
shit together?
Huh?
About time you got your shit together.
Thanks, appreciate that.
Hey, last year I was the only one. I'm like, ain't this a Christmas show?
Yeah, I took a nod from you. Hopefully, will helps me out with it. Helps a brother out. We've got a very interesting match that was announced very recently. A fatal four-way. One of these men will receive a RPW contract,
I
and I
saw
am
that.
not terribly familiar with them. We've got Johnny
Neither am I.
Vortex versus the Mouse Rico Patino. I've seen him fight before. Mickey Smiles and Jake Hazard. So one of these men will be on the roster going forward. So that's a pretty big match. I don't remember ever calling one of these. So it'll be
I
very interesting, something new for us. We
I
talked
haven't
about it
seen it.
earlier with Max. We've got Whiskey Bent and Hellbound coming to Joliet to take on the Undeniable. To me, it's unless there's shenanigans, which there probably will be. I don't know how they beat Whiskey Bent and Hellbound.
I so dude, as soon as I seen the post, I put new tag champs
I saw it.
because on a one-on-one contest, they're getting their ass handed to them. There's no ifs, ands, buts. There's no way around it. But again, Saint, again, it's Saint. So again, uh, it's fucked up that you now say 90 at least. So when I was out there, you can say, it might be a 50-50 shot if I'm gonna pull some shit. With Saint, it's 99%.
Yeah, he's pulling shit. He doesn't want those. He doesn't want to lose anymore. He's lost a lot already.
Because think about it. If he loses this, what does he have to hold that now fractured group together?
Hemorrhoids.
Nothing.
That's what he has. Hemorrhoids.
No, that's about it.
In other action, we have got Nasafio and Razi taking on the unlikely tag team of the Rockstar Johnny Nye and Nuke.
Well, you already know who the fuck I'm
I'm
picking.
gonna pop so hard when Nuke comes out and actually fucking wrestles. That's a magic moment for me because we are gonna do some spirited commentary on that moment. We both owe Nuke a lot, and we are gonna deliver the goods on that one. I am paying special attention to that match.
Well, you already know who I'm picking. So
Yeah, and you know who I'm picking. Uh, this is one that I don't even need to talk about because I know where you're going. We've got Maya Karas taking on Silky.
don't even Muscle Mommy next match.
Russell's mommy taking on Prince.
Muscle Mommy gonna straighten that fucking curl the fuck up and get him the fuck out of Joliet forever.
Do you think that's what it's going to sound like when Dubs cry?
Oh no, it's gonna sound fucking worse. You know how the beginning of the song goes, when Prince is on the guitar and it's gonna sound horrible. It's gonna sound like her nails are going
I want
down
that to be
her.
my alarm that wakes me up in the morning. Red going, ah, ah. Oh, that's good stuff. We have pizza and beer taking on the undeniables, Eric Schultz and the Ryan Matthews. Um, pizza and beer. This is an actual tag team match. It's been a while since they've been together in the ring as a tag team. Turtle with his recent championship shot. Sean Danger doing lots of chaos around the ring. This is an actual tag team match, and we'll get a chance to see what pizza and beer can do after a bit of a layoff. I'm excited to see him compete. I'm excited for that crowd pop that they always get. Will they bring out pizza and beer this time?
I wonder.
And it's Texas Rolls night, so
And that's the Texas Rollhouse match. So here's the funny part. I'm bringing butter. I'm bringing the butter.
you didn't get any butter last time, Red.
Right, I know, but I got butter. Think I'm bullshitting. I'm bringing a canister of butter and an axe.
I'm thinking that Pizza and Beer is going to win this one going away, and maybe this will get them a tag team title shot. I don't think they want it against Whiskey Bound and Hellbent, but if something goes
Oh
wrong,
hell no! Who the fuck does anybody want that smoke? No.
nobody want that shit. In other action, we have got the Outer Limits Championship being defended. Uh,
Mm,
uh, the suburban German Von Jaeger takes on Captain Dickmouth.
I'm I'm not gonna say Dick Mouth because he hasn't said anything.
Bitch,
It's been his
bitch,
action. I
biatch,
I will take that. I
bring biatch.
I will take that.
And I never
But
thought I would say this about
because
Henry.
I want to know why.
You know why. You know why.
I don't. I honestly don't.
It's the
And
path of least resistance.
but I want to hear it for myself. I
He's
want to
never
hear
going
it
to
from
tell you. Unless
I'm,
you join him, you're never going to know.
I want to know.
For me, I am excited. I think the Suburban German is our new champion. Uh, Corey McHenry, loved that man, loved his energy, loved his effort for such a long time. Terrible decision on his part to hang out with those two other interlopers. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Okay.
We have got the return of Disco Ray. He is taking on Damian Gray for the Inter-County Championship. We know what Damian Gray did last month with Kid Lat and his dad taking Kid Lat's title, beating Kid Lat to the point of unconscious. His dad having to come in and stop the madness. What a crazy moment that was.
It was fucked up, but yet you saw the love between father and his son.
No doubt.
But even the fact that for Gray to then go after the father, we've got to be grateful to Disco Ray that he stepped in when he did, because it could have been far worse. So our best wishes to Kid Lat, uh, but I pray to God Disco Ray bleeds all over his ass all night long.
We have obviously the double main. We've got Aaron Stone, the Dream Breaker, putting his zero gravity championship on the line against one of the toughest some bitches working today in Nick Diamond, and nobody outshines Nick Diamond. I think we have a new champion.
You
I
just
think
put
this
two champions
trifecta
everywhere.
I think this trifecta of stupid between Corey and Shaq and Aaron Stone, I think it ends before it even begins, and they have no titles by the end of the night. All they're going to have by the end of the night is a stupid briefcase that Shaq is going to squander at some point because they have no foresight into what they're doing. Uh, I've been in the ring with Aaron Stone. He is a supremely talented athlete and one of the hardest strikers you'll ever see. But Diamond, I've been watching him at ARW, CSW, NWA. He is his stock is on the rise, and boy, would he be a great champion. Plus, Santino's auntie would be very happy, which is a nice byproduct.
I agree.
And then we've got Maximus taking on an unknown person for the RPW championship. It could be anybody. What if it was the return of the bear hug?
That's a possibility.
I mean, what Marche Rocket? I know he's injured, but what if maybe he can summon enough energy to get in there and try to get his title back? What if we see a former champion and a Shogun's return?
Again, that's the beauty, but again,
What about BOW? What about the scumbag army?
It could
What
be
about Youth Gone Wild? Maybe Tommy Heisman shows up and demands a title shot.
it could be anybody. And again, you're just going through uh the people on RPW, the roster again. And it could be Terry Allen. It could be Steve
Could be
Boz.
Mike Anthony.
It could be Mike Anthony.
What if it's Steve Boz?
I just said Steve Boz.
That was you said the Boz father?
It could be anybody. I
What
mean,
if it's Uncle Drip Drip?
no.
Hey Jizzle.
It could be a just
What about Trauma?
no. He got a show that night. I just saw. So
What if it's your son?
I fuck that.
Angelo
I'm managing.
Steele.
I'm up. Fuck commentary. I'm going to manage.
What if it's Miles Mercer getting a shot at the big time?
Hey, better stop by and let me give you some encouragement.
What if it's the real deal?
What if it is?
Could be anybody, could be anyone getting a title opportunity. The Windy City Ghostbusters will be there doing their toy drive. It's always great to have them out. Christmas Chaos is a fun, chaotic adventure. Last year, it featured Marche Rocket versus Joe Hendry, which will live in infamy as maybe the greatest single Rocket Pro match we ever saw, just because of the magnitude of it. But you know what happens this time? What happens this year? And I'm looking forward to the Moose Lime.
Ugh.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Why? What? You don't want no Moose Lime?
No.
That looks tasty as fuck. All right. That is this Saturday night. Rocket Pro Wrestling presents Christmas Chaos. And Friday night, for those of you that would like a little entertainment in Highland Park, we've got NWA Chicago. And you know what the marquee matchup is there, right?
Yes, of course. How could I not know?
The BOZ taking on All Day Marche Rocket. And I should have talked about this when Cactus was here. Hot Rod Daddy Andy getting an NWA championship match against the looks to kill Brian Idol.
I know.
A tag team gauntlet with some of the.
I saw that, and I'm wondering now if NWA Chicago is priming themselves up for a stacked tag team division to now bring in tag team championships.
We've got the Hard Way featuring Jack Vaughn. We've got Eddie Grayson and Jack Valor, the brand new CSW tag team champions. The Spot Monkeys Brad and Spot Monkey Sam will be there. We've got the Magnificent Males in Ryan Matthews and Bruce Hamilton. The Cole Twins, who have been on the show, will be there. And one of the great tag teams from the past, just ask Warrior Wrestling, Cypher and the Nacho Clown returns.
Well, I'm taking the Cole Twins. I am so high on the Cole Twins, especially after they did our interview in our show, and then to see them at ARW, I was in awe. So I am like I'm a Cole boy.
As much as you're a Cole Twin guy, I love me some Jack Vaughn. Love me some Jack Vaughn.
I like Jack
Yeah,
Vaughn
that
too,
thigh flat slapping genius.
I like Jack Vaughn too, but I'm a ride this, and again, it's something about these young guys, and I'm loving it.
A lot of energy. We've got Charlie Adams, the toast of Highland Park, taking on an old adversary of ours in the NW debut of Motivation Mike.
Motivation Mike gonna get that ass whoop.
We have got a triple threat match. Tully Bertorelli versus Maurice versus the Lost Boy Damian Walker. Love me some Maurice.
I do too.
That white ginger from Tijuana, you gotta love that. Tully has been a guest on our show before. We know his television background. He's got a legacy. But man, I got a feeling about the Lost Boy Damian Walker. That kid is good. So that might be my pick.
Okay.
Uh, in another match, we have Natalia Markova, NWA superstar, taking on the returning cowgirl.
Isn't she the new NWA Women's Champion?
He has got a championship belt. I am not sure which one it is, but it might
Yeah,
be NWA
I
championship.
believe she is the new NWA Women's Champion.
And she should be. She has been everywhere and done everything. And she is taking on Chicago's favorite cowgirl, the bombshell, Shelly Benson.
Now that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be a great match.
So, and then of course, obviously the kicker, Steve Boz versus Marche Rocket. You want to talk about Chicago history happening? Man, that is one for the ages. Conspicuously absent at this show is NWA Chicago champion Mario Pardua. I wonder what mysteries will be held at Collision Course this Friday night in Highland Park. And I think Billy has returned from tour. So I think BC might be in the building. And that always changes things.
It does.
So that is Friday night. Saturday night is Rocket Pro Wrestling. And I want to give a shout out real quick uh to Peter Torres. And he has got a promotion called Fab Wrestling, and they've got a show Sunday called No Mercy. They reached out to me to do color commentary.
You
On,
too?
yeah, I was happy to be a part of it. I was happy to get the invite. I have a family thing on Sunday, so I can't do it. But I was psyched about this card. You know, when he reached out to me, he said, "Can you do it?" And I'm like, I got to find out if I have family, but I would love to do it because I know so many people on this card. What a card! Kenny Nine versus Manny Cortez. Leslie Michelle, who has just returned from injury, versus Diami. You've got Alpha Danger versus Latin Star. You've got Kid Lat versus Crux. That is a very engaging matchup. You've got Classic Alpha, your guy, taking on Joey Blues.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn. I wanted to go just for that match. Just for that fucking match. And then you've got Crimson Beetle versus Marco Rodello. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not right. Marco Modello. I'm sorry, I can't read. Another match there. They've got a stacked card. Warhorse, the tag team, we've seen them at Rocket Pro, taking on Disco Ray and your favorite wrestler, Silky Smooth.
Anyway, so I've got a family thing too. So
Yeah, so I couldn't do it.
I wanted to,
Me
and it
too.
was like,
I felt terrible because I mean it's like I'd like to get all of these opportunities in before I walk away, and this was like a golden goose, and I'm like, and the wife reminded me of what I have to do, so I'm like, fuck. Mason Perks from POW taking on the undeniable Nick Diamond. That match is worth the price of admission right there. Mason Perks is a bad motherfucker, and you know all about Nick Diamond, so that's a hell of a match. So that's their card. That is sick. You get your lucha, you get your Midwest Independent. I mean, it's a hell of a show. So check out Fab Wrestling this Saturday in Melrose Park. Details online. Thank you, Peter, for reaching out to us. We appreciate you. Wish we
yes,
could do it. Maybe we get to do it together. Maybe you and I'll go out there together sometime, Red, when we have the time.
hopefully.
Check them out. A lot of our friends are there. A lot of the people we know and love. So get out there on Sunday if you can. That's all for the Power Hour tonight. All 2.5 hours. Fuck.
Well, before you officially close, let me just say, uh, this has been a week of farewells. So, from the Power Hour to Sam Knight, Greg Glover, and the Lunatic. We thank you guys for all the memories. We thank
Magic,
you
pure
guys
magic.
for always being professional. Uh, we will miss seeing you compete in the ring, but we understand life. So we wish you nothing but much success and nothing but the best.
Well put. That's the show. Thanks to Max Holiday. Thanks to Rion and Cactus for being here too. I had a lot of fun. Max is always a great time. Getting him and Rion together makes me remember those Sundays in Maryville. Uh, Next week is our penultimate episode for the show. That is the last show before the finale. Uh, Maybe you could say we saved the best for last. Maybe it could be said because between you and me, I don't know if there is a more pivotal figure that has affected our career more than our guest next week. And assuming he has Zoom technology, it should go off without a hitch. But you just never know. Um, I have been trying for 6 years to get him to come on this show, and he has decided to grace our presence in our final show that is guest driven. Uh, the finale, I keep saying, is going to be the shoot. We're going to have special guests pop on by, and we'll have a lot of fun. We'll mix it up. We're not really going to have a whole lot, not a lot of what you'd call form in that last episode. And I'm not doing it at a place because I don't want to have to worry about Wi-Fi and the phone making noise. I just want to enjoy that last time that we get to do this together. I want it. I want it to feel normal and feel good. I don't want to try to pull it together while everybody's getting their drink order at a bar. I want it to be. I want it to go out the right way. So that'll be the 16th. But next Tuesday, the superstar, the Chicago legend, the Boz father, Steve Boz will be our guest. And it's a perfectly placed visit because it is the Tuesday night before CSW's In Cold Blood, where Steve Boz takes on Missa Kate in a career-ending match. One of them, whoever loses, retires from professional wrestling. So I can't wait to talk to Boz about the prospects of that being the end. Did
Okay.
you see the promo Missa Kate cut on Steve Boz?
No, I have not.
You need to look that shit up.
Okay.
Sometimes a promo blurs the lines. And I tried to get Missa on the show and I just could not swing it. Her CSW story is very interesting. And I really wanted to explore it with her, but we weren't able to pull it off. Now that she has opened Pandora's box, uh, we want to talk. I'm going to talk to Boz about it because sometimes promos are so hot, you wonder where reality begins and the promo ends. So don't miss next Tuesday night as it is the penultimate power hour. For the urban sensation C Red, for Rion Skills, for Cactus Rack, I'm Steve. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next Tuesday night. Thanks for watching the Power Hour. Good night, y'all. Have a good evening.